welcome back. This is Buddhahat from Global Oak Media Solutions with another Adobe Premiere tutorial. Yes, today, as I pointed out previously, we shall be discussing this tab over here, which is highlighted in blue, and it's called the Graphics Workspace. Previously, I was on the Audio Workspace. Today, we are going to be discussing this Graphics Workspace over here. So by default, when you click on your right hand side, this Essential Graphics panel highlighted in blue over here is what you see, and under it you've got all these are templates. I can call them templates. And before we go into it deep, let me just show you what this browse tab over here means. When you have this browse tab highlighted in white over here, and this is what you see, all your inbuilt Adobe Premiere templates. And you see angled coming up text, angled credits. If you scroll, you see a whole lot of them. So we've got angled credits, we've got angled image caption, we have angled live overlay. This is what you place on top of the screen when you see. Let's just see what they do. You can actually get to drag whichever template that you require to use and drop it on your timeline like that. Okay, it is going to tell me unable to connect to Adobe Amazing Fonts, cannot be resolved at this time. I'll say okay. This text right here, latte regular, is the one that is not there, and you can see this warning. This project uses fonts that are not currently available on this computer. So if you need them, you can find them on their font or whichever font source you're going to get online, and then you're going to resolve them. But for now, that is not what we are going to be doing. So I'll just click OK, and I'll show you what font or template I've dropped on the timeline. So this is what it is. You see the live up here, and you can see the graphic is just written live over there. So when you click on it, we go back to the edit. On it, you see this eye. It's the on and off switch for the effect that you have in already on the text which is on the timeline. So let's go a bit back. I'll be explaining to you what each and every one of these does. So let's delete that. I can clear it. Okay, let's go to the browse caption. So you've seen all these are templates. I reiterate, they are templates that you can use instead of starting from scratch. So you see angled presents, angled slate, angled titles, all of them. Just go through them and then you will find what you really need. Even credits, subtitles, captions, bold, broadcast captions, bold coming up. This is when you can actually get to use them on TV if you are a TV station guy and you really need to say what is coming up next or whatever. So these are credits, bold credits, and bold image captions, and bold live overlays. These are overlays you can put on your footage on the timeline. I don't want to go through all of them each, but just know these are templates that you can use for your titling, for your everything, subtitles and everything, that you don't have to start from scratch. That is how Adobe Premiere has made everything so easy so that you don't have to sweat it. Okay, these are credits. You can drop credits on the timeline. Let me just show you what it does. You see, let me blow these up. There you are. You see, these are the credits and everything. They just inbuilt in Adobe Premiere Pro, and it's making a lot of things easier for you when you're editing. Apart from the browse tab, we go to the edit tab, and this is where you see everything you see on this is here highlighted as individual text forms. Before we dig deeper into it, I've shown you what you can do with the presets or the templates over here. So there are many, there are plenty of them, and they are gaming background loops. You've got gaming bullet list. They are all self-explanatory. These are templates, all of them. Scroll to the end and then you see even news intro templates, background loop, news intro, lower third. You have a lot that you don't even need to go online and get to buy them, because Adobe Premiere, they've made everything so easy. So you're going to be like getting all your templates under this essential graphics panel over here. So when you've applied it to the timeline you've dropped, you will need to edit, because you will need to put your details on it. That is where you come to the edit tab over here, and then boom, everything is right there. Text which is highlighted on top over here, you can say company presents or whatever you want to write on it. It doesn't have to be necessarily what is written, and you have to edit and customize according to your needs. So let's go to this edit tab over here and see what each and everything on the panel means. Okay, if you put your cursor or hover your cursor over this, it will tell you this make currently active layer respond to changes in position, rotation or scale of the selected layer, which is already on the timeline and it's selected. Okay, under the responsive design position, we have the align and transform. If you put your cursor over everything, like I said in my previous tutorials, if you hover your cursor on any tab, it's going to be like telling you what it denotes. For example, this one is vertical center, you can center your text. This is horizontal center. This is align top, align vertically, you can align to the bottom. This one is grayed out, but you can distribute vertically. You can align left, and you can align horizontally, and you can align right. And this one is says distribute horizontally. So you see, each and every one of these things you can actually get to know what they do if you just hover your cursor over it, and then you'll be knowing what they do. Like this one, it's toggle animation for position, and those are the values. And this one is toggle animation for anchor point, and these are the values. And this one is toggle animation for scale, and these are the values, and set scale and lock. This one is toggle animation for rotation, and this one is toggle animation for opacity. You have under it the align and transform. You have the master styles, which you can get to use. I think that is also self-explanatory. This one written over here, the Roboto slab, is the font, and there are plenty of fonts you can get to choose from when you actually employing text on your timeline. If you don't have any more text, or you don't have the fonts of your choice, you can go online and get to download what you really need. This is the font size over here. This is the font size. You can make it bigger, smaller, whichever way you choose. And this is a left align text, center align text, right align text. This is almost the same thing you can find over here, align and transform. So that's what they are, align. These are for aligning whatever text that you've already put on your timeline. If you hover a cursor over here, this will tell you this tracking the particular, not tracking in that sense. For example, let me just show you an example what tracking is. If I put these values to the left like that, you see what happens over here? It just spreads. Tracking is like spreading the text. And if you come over here, it's kerning. And if this leading the space between, if you have multiple text layers, this is the spacing between the layers. And then we have the baseline shift. You can shift it to the bottom. And then we have this tab width. And then we have focus, bold, italics, all caps, small caps, superscript, subscript, and then we have underline. You can underline your text over there. Under all these text tab, you can come over here, you just scroll over here, and then under appearance you have like the color you want your text to be. You can choose. If you click over there, you can get to choose whatever color you want your text to be. That is what is meant by fill. Let me cancel that. Over here, if you check this box over here, it's going to give you, if you want to have a stroke around your text, or if you check this, you can have a background on your text, but I don't think that's really necessary for now. I'm just explaining to you the essential graphics panel over here so that you know what is contained therein. This part over here is the graphics properties that you can get to change if you like. So over here, if you click the graphics properties, you get to get the same things you've seen up here. Okay, let's cancel that. If you want to also put some drop shadow on your text, this is where you go. The opacity, the shadow opacity, the angle of the shadow, the distance, let's just say the distance of the shadow from the actual font, and this is the size of the drop shadow, and this right here is the blur of the shadow that you apply to your text. And over here we have covered the graphics panel glibly, if I might say that, but actually covered all the workspaces in Adobe Premiere Pro interface. So when we get to the nitty-gritty of it, we shall be discussing how to edit and how the styles and everything involved. This has been the overview that we were planning to just get to acclimatize the beginner with before we proceed. Thank you and welcome back when we shall be discussing how you edit stuff in the timeline.